Patrick. He is just so fun to watch. He's got great hands. He's really, really good at open field tackles. And boy, is he really, really fast. Mm-hmm. He's good at getting the interceptions, and he returns them very well. Only problem that I saw with his game is for a defensive back, he's better at tackling than he is playing coverage.
Yes. I mean, he's good at high pointing the ball. I mean, he had 6 interceptions. He had 5 tackles for a loss. So it's nice to see a defensive back that can come up and hit running backs in the backfield. It gives your defense more of a cushion there to play solid and play home. He is their D leader. I feel like a lot of a lot of Alabama's defense is going to run through him, and they're going to play up to his caliber. So,
well, they're going to have to now that Reuben Foster's not there.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to have to pick up a lot, and it's going to be interesting to see how he responds to being the leader this year. That's going to be my biggest curiosity when it comes to him.
Do you think he's going to have more interceptions this season, less interceptions, or about the same?
I'd say more.
I think he's going to break about the same because I think people are going to be looking away from him as well.
Not only that, the first game of the season, I understand Alabama's a better team than Florida State, but Frenchie, DeAndre Francois, he's a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. He doesn't make mistakes.
No, I mean, that's one game, but I think teams are... He's not going to be able to surprise or kind of fall back to the shadows on teams. I think teams are going to plan to avoid him.
But then again, they do have a pretty, cupcake schedule, especially for the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Florida State, Fresno State, Colorado State, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Tennessee, LSU, Mississippi State, Mercer, and Auburn.
Mercer's getting a lot of money to get beat up.
By 2 SEC schools.
Oh,
someone else plays Mercer. I don't remember who it was. We'll get to it at a later time, though. But they pop up on the SEC schedule again. So anyways. Next player. We're going to move on to quarterback from Mississippi State, Nick Fitzgerald. He's got a couple of good qualities, mostly bad, that I've come across. He's comfortable in the pocket, which is a plus. Not a lot of
dual threat.
Yeah, not a lot of quarterbacks who are more inclined to use their legs are comfortable in the pocket. Mm-hmm. He's fast, great runner, and he's patient. When he sees a hole, or he'll wait for a hole and then he'll hit it. The bad, he looks for a reason to run. He goes through his progressions way too quick and then runs.
Doesn't let things develop.
Right. He doesn't make good decisions when he throws the ball, especially. On long throws, he's got this really awkward, his body completely turns as he throws.
That needs to be corrected.
Yeah. Well, not really, because he's not going to the next level.
Well, that's true.
He's not accurate.
No. Yards per attempt are down.
Yeah.
Right.
He's bad. This is my favorite comment that I've made so far. Always chooses the wrong option on option plays.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
it's hard
crazy.
to do.
It is. I know that, what we can see on the camera and what they see on the field is different. Trust me, I know. But it's like every time that he should pitch it, he keeps it. And every time he should keep it, he pitches it. And one of the pitches ended up getting intercepted.
You don't need any more description than that right there.
Right.
That tells you how bad his decision-making is.
And the last bad note that I have on him is he doesn't sell well. Like the play fakes and on draws. It's obvious. Mm-hmm. He's hold the football out on the wrong side of the running back. Kind of obvious.
He's got a lot of hurt to him. I mean, he still puts up the numbers. He's going to be the reason Mississippi State wins some of the games they do. He's also going to be the reason they lose games that they do. So he's back and forth. I don't.
Room for improvement.
To say the least.
Yeah, that's a
nice way of putting it.
That's Mr. Mackey. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Yeah.
The next guy, one of my favorites, Christian Kirk, wide receiver from Texas A&M. This guy is electric.
Yeah.
He's all
so
over the
good.
place. He's all over the place.
impressive just per carry or I mean, attempt alone.
Oh my God, so good.
Averages like what, 11 yards
Yeah.
per play.
He's great at punt or kick returns. He's going to get to the NFL on that alone.
Yes. Well, his major downside is he's short.
Well, I mean, I think he's going to be the next Devin Hester.
That's probably where he's going to be.
Roscoe
I mean, he's
Parrish.
5'11". I mean, that being said, there's nothing he can't do. He receives kicks. He catches balls. You can run him out of the backfield.
Yeah, he's a workhorse. He's really good at switching the ball from one hand to another, which is something that's very underrated. Guys like that don't fumble.
No, obviously that's ball control.
That was one of the biggest knocks on Tiki Barber. Otherwise, Hall of Famer, no one would be talking about his fumbling problems.
Mm-hmm.
Sure he's not using pine tar in the league plays?
I mean, he might be. I can't say that he's not. He's very fast.
Yeah.
Probably the fastest player I've seen in a long time, other than Lamar Jackson. And another one that is a great attribute for a wide receiver, he watches the ball into his hands. If you watch, he follows the ball into his hands with his head.
Yeah, he's not thinking about running before he catches the ball, which is a huge knock to a lot of college wide receivers.
And even into the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest issues with Odell Beckham.
He does have it happen every once in a while. I think Odell just expects to make the catch, and he again, not watching it through.
It's because he only practices these crazy circus catches and not actually catching the ball. Sometimes it looks like he's trying to do too much.
Yeah, I think that's part of where he is and what team he's on. Given what he's required to do every day, I think he feels like that's just the way of life. I don't think we'll see that when he gets into the NFL.
No. Oh, absolutely not.
He won't need to.
No, of course not. You got any more to say on him?
No, he's fun to watch. He's entertaining.
The next guy is also fun to watch. Running back from Georgia, Nick Chubb.
I like Nick Chubb a lot.
The best thing about him, his cuts are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Stops on a dime.
Oh,
It's
God,
incredible.
so good.
Knee surgery didn't really slow him down at all.
No.
Doesn't look like it's going to. I mean, before that, you have to take into consideration, you don't rush for 13 consecutive 100-yard games in the SEC without being able to run your ass off.
Oh.
I mean, that tied Herschel Walker before he had the knee injury. I mean, he could have beaten Herschel Walker's record if he had played one more game, which is terrifying to think if you have to go up against Georgia this year.
Crazy. Well,
Yeah.
the problem is he's not going to be getting too many 100-yard games. That's because they've also got Sony Michel,
Yeah.
who is also a freak.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do have a nice balance there. I think Nick Chubb is just a great athlete, good football player.
They're both going to get drafted. It's going to be like a Reggie
yeah.
Bush, Lendale White thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a hard runner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's intense. If you watch him, he is running for his life.
He doesn't shy away from taking a bump or two either.
No. And he's got breakaway speed. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
If he gets out in the open field, it's a problem because he's gone.
Absolutely. And one of the best things for a running back, keeps his feet moving. He gets contact, keeps his feet moving.
Mm-hmm.
He
It's
doesn't...
one of the advantages to Zeke when you watch him run.
Oh, yeah.
Always churning his feet, even if he's hit.
Yep. The biggest problem that I noticed with him, he tends to slow himself down a lot by turning and looking back.
Yeah, see, I think his awareness is one of his greatest assets, but I think he needs to learn to...
Don't worry about who's coming up behind you. Just run.
If there's no one in front of you, forget who's behind you. Run like they're chasing, and that's all you need to think about.
If they catch you, they're going to catch you whether you see it or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you're worried about, ball control,
Somebody's
then
got to
hold
teach
it.
that kid how to use the scoreboards.
Yeah.
Like looking up and seeing like your image, like, okay, there's nobody around me. I don't have to look behind me.
Right. Oh, man. Anything more about Nick Chubb?
No, just looking
Pretty good
forward to see
season.
him run.
It's going to be a really good season. I can't wait to watch. 1 week from Saturday.
I know.
Oh, actually, 1 week from Thursday.
Yeah.
9 days away.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching.
Nice.
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's kick this off.
The next player that we're going to talk about, another running back, who's very similar to Nick Chubb, is Darius Geis.
Yes.
This kid is crazy, and he's a really good bowler. Bleacher
Even better.
Report, I
That's
believe
nice.
it was, had a video of him doing this behind the back bowling thing, and he had a strike.
Well, how about that?
You should get him for your league.
Yeah, he needs to be on Dude Perfect.
Right, exactly. So,
It's a good supplement to a career.
Yeah, bowling.
yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, Jerry Rice has to be on a celebrity bowling team for the charity event
Yeah,
instead of
there you
T.O.
So
Yeah,
when he
there you go.
throws,
Can't get worse than T.O.
when he releases though, does he use is he using his thumb at all, or is he using just
No,
two fingers?
he was
He's just,
he was
a lot of
palming
those
it.
guys are just
Yeah.
big hands. And they
He was
just
palming
shove
it,
everything
and
down.
it went around his back. I'll have to show you the video. It's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta see that one.
So Darius Geis has a lot of good, very little bad. The good cuts, not as good as Nick Chubb, but good. He's very fast.
Yep.
He's really good at north to south running. Doesn't do the side to
of-
side.
Averages what?
Happy feet. Not a lot of happy feet.
Not a lot of happy feet.
8 yards per carry, just about.
Yeah, he hits holes really well. He keeps his hips square. You're not going to see him running parallel to the line of scrimmage. His hips are straight. He keeps driving his feet, which is good. Good vision, and he's always facing the goal line. So it's clear his goal is to score a touchdown,
Right.
and he does it a lot,
Oh yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, he had 15 last year.
Plus, I believe he had 2 as a returner.
That's possible. I mean, he had taken the 15 considering he's backing up Fournette the entire year, or well, not most of the year,
Yeah,
because Fournette kind of mailed it in.
got hurt.
Yeah, that's what he says.
And the bad, he embraces contact too much.
Yeah, he doesn't shy away from it. It will be interesting to see, with him being no doubt the lead back, what he can do with a full season. Because I mean, the numbers he put up last year: 1,387 yards, 15 TDs. He had to kind of be in Fournette's shadow. It's all his role now. What he does with it is going to be something to watch.
Especially with them having, all these players transfer, no clear leader who's going to be the quarterback. It's his team.
Oh, it clearly is. The offense has got to run around him from right now.
All right, now we're going to go on to a quarterback. A transfer quarterback from Baylor who got out there real quick. Got out of that problem real quick.
Yep, he didn't want to be accused of anything
That he did.
that he did. Or he might have known somebody who did something.
Yeah, that is Jarrett Stidham, former Baylor quarterback, now quarterback for the Auburn Tigers. So a lot of what I watched on him was from Baylor. And he had a lot of problems that they seem to have just completely fixed at Auburn.
Well, I don't think it was. I don't think Baylor was a great fit for him. It didn't seem like anybody was trying to help this kid get better because he's got talent.
Oh, yeah. Well, so let's go through the good. He's accurate. He's got good anticipation. He knows who's supposed to be where when. He's patient. He's
Doesn't throw that
agile.
many picks, right?
He doesn't. No. He's got a strong arm,
Mm-hmm.
which you didn't see as much at Baylor.
And let him loose.
Yeah, and he's confident. Now, the bad, his pocket awareness is terrible. He does not know
If he's about to get rocked.
exactly.
I'm going to throw the ball. Oh, no, I'm not.
He's a terrible punter. He had a pooch kick against K-State, went 16 yards.
He shouldn't be doing that anyway.
Went 16 yards.
Pooch punt?
Right. He takes slow steps backward instead of a normal drop back.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Baylor. He's fixed it. If you watch him dropping back at Baylor, he literally just takes a couple steps back and then throws. And
Even,
Now they've sped him up.
now he's sped up. He's at more of like a gazelle-like run.
even set his feet then, or no?
No, he didn't. And then also at Baylor, he didn't step into his throws. He just stepped back, stop, and throw. So that, I think, is why...
If you can nix those two, and they've
He
corrected
did.
that. I mean, that changes who he is and what he can be capable of because he doesn't make bad decisions. I mean, he threw 12 touchdowns and only was intercepted twice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great numbers. Jay
It
Cutler's
is.
killing for those numbers.
Yeah, exactly. But the most of the film that I watched was from him either in high school or at Baylor,
So you're only getting a real
and then you got a little bit from the spring game at Auburn.
right. We won't know really what he is until we see him in Auburn.
Right.
But that being said, I think Auburn's a way better situation